Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? Had the idea to share a little tip I just did in scoring this pretty dope detonated Degen tune, which I think I got for a pretty solid price after watching it for a few months. So, let me share a bit more of what I did. So, as you can see here, Mr. 1511. So a few things that really wanted to talk about here. One, the fact that this is a fairly rare detonated DJ tune of a collection of about, I think, over 2,000. And then I got it for half of what it was listed for. So a couple of the things that stood out to me and why I sort of went for it. So one, let me go back to the main page and first thing, so I've always had my eyes on the Degen Toonz, and I bumped into the Detonated tunes while looking into them. And essentially, what caught my attention was overall their community. They have a very strong community. I've been hearing them for a while. I've heard them, even further back. And so when I saw them and I saw where the floor price was, honestly, wish I would have to this day still sniped it when I think it fell right below point 0.4 for a little bit. And it was when Ethereum was around 1,100 to 1,000. So it was at a great price for the OG collection. However, we're over it. We move on. So lately I've been looking at the detonated tunes while also watching the movement of the Degen tunes. And I noticed about 2 to 3 days ago, maybe a little longer, because I bought it 2 days ago, that if you check out the activity, it had come down. I think back when I was looking at it, it was probably when I first started looking at them, probably around the late 2022 time frame. So as you can see, it was around like 0.13. It was like a little over 0.13. I'm pretty sure what I saw it at, probably even closer to the 0.2-ish area. So when I saw it at this price, actually, when I bought mine, the floor was at 0.08 or 0.09. And I watched it for a few days. As you can see, things have picked up. So going to around 3 days is when I started falling, or like actually 4 days, because yeah, I was looking at that one at one point, then it ended up selling off. I kind of regretted it. Or no, actually no, it wasn't that one. It was this one that I was looking at, 1149 for a while. And then I scrolled down and I saw that this one was sold for 0.09, obviously less than what this was listed for, but and saw the traits. So it led me to believe that things were still kind of coming down if somebody let that one go for that price or the WETH offer. And this bad boy had a 2% trait, and at this Halo 7% trait. When I looked at it back then, Gold Carry has a few, low under 5% traits, and I believe when I looked at the Halo, it had a pretty solid floor. So you can look at traits specifically just by clicking directly on that trait. And as you can see, while that one was listed at like 0.10, and as you can see, there's a jump to 0.135. And actually, if we go back, we can see that this one was listed at, the sale was for 0.0, but yeah, maybe they never even listed it. So regardless, there was a nice jump before. Actually, no, the one that we want to be looking at is this one. Yeah, so this one was listed, and it was holding the floor for the Halo, the Flaming Halos, and that was listed at 0.109. So I liked it. This one, and as you can see, this one actually isn't as good as the previous one, and the previous one sold for less. So yeah, that caught my attention while I was looking at this one at a bit, but I wanted to give it a day or two If there's any lesson I've learned, it's okay to be patient. Give it a day or two. I mean, some even say that they studied the project for a while before they finally jumped in. Then again, I guess I kind of did the same thing here, just watching it before realizing a good time to jump in. So as you can see, that shirt itself also was 0.10, and then that was holding the floor, and it jumps to 0.13. So that's from, let's see, how much is this being, $217 in ETH to, let's see, this bad boy sold at point one. Let's see, is anyone close to this? So about like a 30, 40, $50 average markup from the floor. So anyhow, I was then looking at it got sold right before. Yeah, I was looking at this fella. I thought he was pretty cool looking. I liked the vibes. You know, he was rocking the Hawaiian shirt. The what is that? A blunt or joint rather that guy was blowing up, and then a drink as well. So it was just like, to me, a lot of just I could resonate with it. You know, having a good time and something just blows up in your face. Like, oh, I didn't see that coming. But yeah, so I was a fan of it, but I wanted to see what the market was gonna do. So I think the Hawaiian shirt had a pretty big jump. Yep, look at that. It went from point one to three to point three. So that's a really nice jump if you were trying to flip it. Don't Not saying it would be the fastest sale, but you know, at least you could list it up there, and it could probably hang out there for the next month or two before, if this continued to recover like I think it is, that would be a nice little gain. So anyway, what I ended up doing, because the best thing to do sometimes is to put in an offer. But I can't lie, I'm usually too impatient, and I'll go in, spend the gas, and just buy it, especially if I think maybe the deal's really good. And yeah, there's a very thin floor. And thin floor just means that there isn't many at that price before there's a jump or something in the floor price. So what I ended up doing, I said, you know what, screw it. I didn't necessarily want it that bad, but I did like it. So that's usually when I put in offers. So I went in. I don't know if it'll still show. Probably not. Yeah, won't show my offer anymore. But I put in an offer. I think I wrapped up point 0.098, I believe. I think at first I was at 0.0888. Sort of making a play off of their collection, their OG collection, at 8,888, I believe. And I put an offer of that. Someone else went over top of it. So then I ended up just bringing it up to 0.09. So I'd be the first on the list to go. There was a bit of funny business going on. I don't know. It could have been funny business or not. I kept on seeing the same 3 or 4 offers always just go above mine, but they would go for like an hour or 30 minutes from that offer. So I don't know. Sometimes people do. I have heard of people doing this, like working together to outbid themselves, so that the person that they want to buy it ends up raising their price. So I wasn't sure if that was going on or not, but that is a practice that I've heard people on the side say that they have done, or they have caught people doing. So anyway, I still thought it was a good price, so I was fine just bidding up to make sure that I got the next one, because I felt like it was gonna bump up soon. And that reason is because I did see it as a thin floor at the time. There was only a few at point 109, and then a few more, and then it jumped to 0.12 and 3. So I put a few offers in, knowing that I think one will go off soon. And then actually, I went, just to show you how far I went back. I then went into the items, and I just started scrolling because I was putting in offers. So, and I didn't want to just put a collection offer down. I wanted to actually maybe get one that I liked. So I just put specific offers into the ones that I liked. So I put an offer in to the Hawaiian one, as I mentioned, but I only did 0.09. And then I kept scrolling, I kept scrolling. I think I may have put an offer in for that as well. But the one that I ended up getting was all the way in the point two section. It was listed for point two. So another reason I wanted to share this is because sometimes people, if they're smarter than me when I started, they list as a tactic because they may be willing to get less, but they'll list like double of what they actually want so that you'll meet them in the middle and they're happy. So I went all the way to point two, where I found the one that I ended up getting. There's some cool ones in here that I don't know if I saw before. But anyway, let's go back to that one and I'll share with you why I really liked it, other than overall the aesthetics look great. But yeah, so if you scroll down, we can even probably see when it was listed. Nope, how do they show when stuff is listed anymore? In the sales, transfers, let's see. There we go. So you can see here, and that's probably what I needed to do on the other screen too. But it was listed, yeah, because I think I looked at the paper trail on this one, and that's what led me to put the offer in. But okay, you see it was listed 4 days ago at 0.13. Maybe it wasn't. Oh, yeah, list 0.2. Okay, and then okay, so I think that's what I saw. I saw he listed it at 0.2, and then he brought it down to 0.14. And then, yeah, I just went in. All I wanted to do was max that. So sometimes it's good to have a max that you want to do. And that's why I staggered it, putting one at 0.09 that I least liked, and then the one that I wanted the most, because they can look at all this stuff. So you have to make it a compelling thing if they're doing as much research as this, right? So then I went to his and I gave him about half of what he had it listed for at the time. And then yeah, he ended up so he had that listed for about 5 days, and he ended up accepting mine. So another thing that I did is, for the one person I did a whole day, and then for this guy, to sort of drive some urgency, I only did it for 12 hours. So maybe that had something to play with it. It could have been luck as well, but I think the things fell in my favor, obviously. And I'll share some more reasons why on that note. But I think there was something else that I noticed, that led me to also do this. I think I saw that he got it for a pretty good price to begin with. Actually, 0.2. Yeah, he spotted for 0.2. I can't remember. This is looking a little different, but I believe he also. So I was, to me, it was looking like he was flipping it. It gave me the signs of he was trying to flip it, and it was taking a while to sell. So sometimes flippers, they have a rule saying, like, if they can't sell it or make a profit within a few days, then they just start like trying to get it out of their hands to move on to the next move. So knowing that, and he hadn't had any other offers outside of mine, or outside of collection offers that were even anywhere close to that. So I knew that, potentially meeting him there and, separating myself from the pack may prove worthwhile. So as you can see now, the other offers are higher than what I even bought this for. But what I really liked about this one was, one, it has two 1% traits. I don't think I even fully realized that, but the background was the one that I know I did a little deeper research into, and saw the background. At one point, I think that the one that I had was the only one listed, or there was one other one listed. But as you can see, there are two listed right now with that background, with 0.25 and 42 ETH. Probably not very realistic, but yeah, that was one reason. And I think the clothing as well, Stone Essentials, excuse me, also had, yeah, a pretty good jump in its floor price. So those were some of the things that I saw. It led me to make the move. And honestly, when I woke up and I saw that one in my wallet, I knew that I picked up a Degen Toonz, but because I saw that all my WETH was out of my wallet versus just a little bit. So I knew that it was definitely a Degen Toonz. And then yeah, was very pleasantly surprised to see this guy. So if I have any more tips, I'll make sure to share. Thanks for watching, guys.